What's up, folks? This is, you know what? I failed to name the show Part 2, so it's going to have the same name. I'm going to go back. I'll go back and edit that piece. Yeah, I'll go back and edit that piece.
Is this one capitalized, though?
It is capitalized.
So the all caps one is Part 2.
All caps is Part 2, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, Part 2. We ran into some technical difficulties at 361.
Indiana!
And so we are back.
Sorry, I didn't have my headphones on. That blew your ears out.
Back.
Got a little loud.
Back to it again. All right, so guess what, Ghost? This, so that first episode was lots of good stuff, man. We're gonna get down to the Heavy Hitters business. We have some we got some Run That News, man. We got some brews and reviews, and then we got some DJ Long Green getting down with it information. All right, you guys ready for that? That's not.
Yes.
That name's not going to stick, but that was just what came to my head at the moment.
Okay.
All right, so that name's not going to get. That's not going to stick.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what. Today's news with DJ Long Green. No, it's still not right.
Yeah.
News you can use. No, we already used it. All right, we'll figure it out. Hey, all right, guys. So it's time for Brews and Reviews.
Yes.
DJ Long Green, what's Brews and Reviews?
Brews and Reviews is the Heavy Hitters rating system. It's a reverse scale rating system, so if it takes the fewer brews it takes you to enjoy something, the better it is. Takes you a lot of brews, means it wasn't that good and you had to drink your way through it. So 1 to 3 brews, pretty good. 4 to 6, somewhere in there. After that, you know what I'm saying, you had to get completely wasted to enjoy whatever you were reviewing.
Hey, can I get a explanation of what is?
Yeah, it's the French Montana sound.
Hey, by the way, man, the food here at Sticks is really good. I don't know if you can hear this. You guys can probably hear that. That is Moose scraping the plate of his rice and vegetables.
Yes.
Because it's tasty, and I'm scraping the plate, man.
Worthy.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, go.
Okay, so I will start with one of my brews and reviews. I actually have 2 today, shockingly enough. So I, at one point in my life, was a very avid Orange is the New Black watcher. And so the new season just came out on July 27th. And so I was a little bit behind the 8 ball. Last Friday, I decided I was going to watch it. I figured I could finish it over the weekend. It'd be fine. Because usually I just can't stop watching it. I have to know everything. I made it through 2.5 episodes and fell asleep. And so I was not drinking at that point, but I think in order to get through the rest of the season, I'm going to need at least 1 whole bottle of wine. So, if you don't fill your glass to the brim like I do, that's probably 6 glasses of wine.
Why is that?
Well, I just feel like if God gives you a cup this size, you should fill it up.
True.
Actually, at my house, I just drink out of the bottle because why in the world should I wash a glass if I'm the only one drinking out of that bottle?
Are you saying God and Seabiscuit are about the same?
No, God put
That's
this.
Me in the corner.
I believe in
That's
God.
Me in the spotlight.
Sing it.
Losing my religion.
I think if God intended for someone, He put the idea in someone's head.
What if God were one of us?
To make a wine glass that holds an entire bottle.
I like that.
Why in the world would you dirty a glass? I have to wash it. I am the dishwasher at my house. I don't have a machine. It's me. I just drink it out of the bottle. So the newest season of Orange is the New Black, 1 bottle. Maybe just don't even watch it.
Now, is it because it's not a good show or?
No, I really like it. I'm very invested in the characters. I'm just really disappointed in what's happening.
Now, let me ask you this: was it the kind of season that it had to use this season to bridge a lot of storylines to the next season?
No. People that have finished the season are already talking about they don't think there will be a next season. And so we have a lot of the backstories on the characters already. So I've learned a new backstory on 2 of the characters that I didn't know about. But everybody else, we already know their backstory. And, of course, it's a different location because there was a riot. So
they got moved or something, right?
Yes.
I saw a commercial.
There was a riot, so they got moved, and Piper and Alex were separated, and there was big drama with that. And Piper thought that Alex was dead. Turns out, spoiler alert, you only have to make it to episode 3. She's not. So they do.
You're not really supposed to do that.
I am. I don't want anyone to feel like they have wasted their time. And so I have no one that I have talked to that has watched it from season 1 has really enjoyed this season.
So
I don't even know if I'm going to finish it.
I don't watch Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, so you really just saw the commercial?
I saw a commercial.
Did you also get
for
the
the
tampons
Netflix
commercial?
original.
No, I did not.
There's a lot of
Just
lesbian
checking.
love in
Here's
Orange
why.
is the New Black.
I
Even
can tell you,
show
I can-
boobs.
I
Yeah.
can tell you here's why.
Yes.
Because
Sweet.
all right, so I have a real quick bruising reviews too. I have a couple, but I have one. So I on Netflix got into two things. I started watching Last Chance U, and during Last Chance U, you know, it's a football documentary on junior colleges, you know, around the United States. And man, it was amazing. Like I was hemmed up on like season 3, right? So much so that when I first started season 1, I didn't like it because they weren't the same characters that I had bought into. You know, it wasn't Bobby Bruce and all them. You know, I'm like, oh, I like that dude. I'm rooting for him. You know, it's all different guys. But as you watch it, you're like, okay, all right, you know, I need to chill out. I need to like these guys too. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I will give Last Chance U 0 brews.
Wow.
Now, if you want to have a beer or two while you're watching this, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's so real that it will make you tear up a little bit, man. So there was this part where, and I can paraphrase. So these are college age men that couldn't make it. So all these guys went to like Florida State and, you know, all these big schools, and then you know they were kind of goofballs, so they went to these junior colleges, and they still don't get it. Like Netflix is there, watching them, and they're still smoking weed. They're still not going to class. They're still not.
My life go down.
Yeah, and so
Watching my life go down.
I really like the serenade during it. I enjoy it.
It just
And if you were feeling it. And so you know, anyway, so I got really into it. I got into it. Now, when you turn on Netflix, whatever show is trending is going to show you a commercial. Guess what it was? It was Orange is the New Black, and I think they moved.
in the tampon commercial, bro.
And so but during the Orange
They
is the New
don't
Black
have
commercial,
tampons in jail.
during the commercial, like, did they move to a new jail and it's like blue against brown or something?
Well, it's C against D, but yes.
So I watched the commercial because people talk about Orange is the New Black, but I have never seen one episode. I've seen a commercial.
Me neither.
I
so-
liked it.
But I will tell you though, I give 0 brews to this comedian. It's a Pilgrim woman. Her name is I want to say Iliza. So how do you say that?
Eliza.
Yeah, so she is very, very funny. She has 2 shows on Netflix now. I watched one of them when she was on the ship. It's very funny, man. It's very funny. So you know, those are my brews and reviews. And really, Moose, man, I give 0 brews only because I think you can watch them and don't need nothing. But if you want to relax a little bit and watch them, then you know you can get you a couple.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Well, as
for
you
sure.
know, brother, I also have a couple of brews and reviews myself.
Oh
man.
yeah.
So, listen, on July 27th, I had the opportunity to visit the Ruoff Center just outside of Indianapolis for the Heartbreak on a Full Moon tour, the Chris Brown tour. And I got to tell you, man, there were some dope artists that were part of that tour. They had the girl, the female
That was a
singer
lot.
who goes by the acronym HER. And let me tell you, it's HER, but I got to tell you, Her is really talented. Her can sing.
I cannot with that.
I mean, Her gave a dope stage performance.
Does her trying to make it so you sound like this?
I'm sure
You was
Her
kind.
does.
You was smart. You was important.
You should have seen her. I mean, her is really good. Her can play the guitar. Her can play many instruments.
I can't take you
This
seriously.
is freaking me
I
out.
was fully impressed by her. That's all I'm saying. So anyway,
Her had Snapchat
listen,
filter eyes.
Oh, she should have, because that'll keep her hotter longer. But anyway, all I'm saying is, just based on her performance, I definitely have to give her a 10. However, the overall Heartbreak on a Full Moon tour, in spite of good performances, Chris Brown being the headliner, overall I got to give it like 5 brews, maybe even 6. You know, this was my thing. You know, I kind of wanted to see Chris Brown. You know, as a DJ, I definitely play singles from Heartbreak on a Full Moon. However, Chris Brown came out, cool energy to start the show, and then he's like, hey, y'all ready to party with me? And I'm like, hell yeah. And then he proceeded to sing love songs for the next 45 minutes. And it really kind of killed my energy. And then even when he went back to play some of the classics, he didn't go back and play the fast dancing Chris Brown classics. He sang the lovey-dovey crap. No offense, it was a girl concert.
It was her concert.
It should have been her concert. Her deserved to
Good
be the
job.
headliner.
All right, so I have one question. Did he sing the one with him and Lil Dicky?
He did sing that. That was actually the song he closed out with, which was great for the finish. But everything else was just kind of ho-hum and lovey-dovey, and it was certainly a concert. Now, listen, I got to tell you, fellas, from my perspective.
I'm not a fella.
If you are talking about the ladies coming out to get shows, they were there because they were all dressed in as much skin showing as possible, and they all looked like they were ready to be chosen by Chris Brown. It was great from that perspective. So, man,
that was
that's
cool.
what I got.
That part was cool.
That part was great, but then the lights went down and it got dark because we were outside, so I couldn't appreciate that as much, and so I had to actually concentrate on the performances.
Now, were you in the grass, or did you have a seat?
No, I had seats, man, and
Nice.
I'm pretty glad I did. Certainly don't mind the grass, but it's much more comfortable having seats in the Rudolph Center.
For Shizzo.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris Brown, what'd you give, 6 brews?
I got to give it 6 overall, man. I was just disappointed, man, because he had me ready to party, and then he proceeded to sing love songs to me.
And out there at
wasn't feeling
Rudolph, man, 6 brews, that was $150.
Man,
Right.
let me tell you about that. I got like one Modelo, and I'm telling you, it cost me about $15-16. I got a water. The bottle of water was $5.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. The markup is incredibly high. However, I will say this, my second brewing review, Tuesday the 31st, I had the opportunity to go back for the Dazed and Blazed tour.
On your born day.
On my born day, getting closer to becoming a gentleman of a certain age if I'm not there already.
Welcome.
However, man, listen, that was the tour headlined by Wiz Khalifa, co-headlined by Ray Sremmurd. Also performing Chevy Woods of the Taylor Gang and OT Genesis, the Cut It guys. So OT Genesis definitely gave a live stage performance.
I'm going to tell you right now, you are not a man of a certain age. I know one dude you saw in Taylor Gang. Other than that, I have no idea who you're talking about. I am a true man of a certain age where you are still in the know. Yeah, you're still in the know. Would you say somebody ripped jeans? I don't know. You know what you said, but.
Yeah, man. OT Genesis and
Yeah.
Chevy Woods.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo. I don't know what
You
you're
heard
saying.
Rip Jeans out of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Rick James, bitch.
Rick James and Taylor
Pineapples.
Gang. Yeah. All right, sorry.
They all
Anyway.
go together, man. Yeah, man, but I got to tell you, man, so OT Genesis had a live stage performance. Man, I really have a great appreciation for rap groups and rap duos. You just don't see them as much anymore. So when you have a talented group like Ray Sremmurd come on board, man, I mean, these guys are pretty lyrical. They've got fun songs, man, and they've put together over the last few years a pretty nice catalog. And these guys brought the energy. They brought the stage props. I mean, shout out Ray Sremmurd, man. I could give them a 0 brew by itself, man. But then Wiz came along. You know, Wiz was cool. This was actually time number 5 for me seeing Wiz. So I was actually okay. So I didn't stay through all the Wiz because parking his mother out there. And after the Chris Brown concert, I learned to leave out a little early.
You could have stayed at Sleepy Bear.
Wasn't going to happen. But yeah,
Is that
man.
a Pilgrim thing?
What's Sleepy
Yes.
Bear?
Sleepy Bear's a campground across
it
the
doesn't
street.
sound like it's in 465.
It is across the street from Deer Creek, as it will always be known.
Yeah, that's
Sleepy
outside
Bear.
of 465. I don't think I'm allowed to sleep there.
Sleepy Bear Campground.
So
it has
D-Lo,
campground in it. I don't
like
think
before
I
you
should
left,
sleep there.
did you get your pass to be in that county overnight?
That's why I needed to get out of there a
Outstanding.
little early.
I understand. Now I understand.
So yeah, man. But all in all, man, the Days and Blaze tour, man. I'll give it 1 brew, man. Had a great time out there. The crowd was live. We had plenty of rain, man. So turning around, you could see all sorts of things, man. The girls sliding in the mud, wet T-shirt contest. It was going down in the lawn behind me, man. So got some great views, but good energy and certainly made up for the Chris Brown tour.
Man, that's amazing. And real quick, We also need to talk about the fact that old boy that does like kind of the hate type podcasting and all that, he got kicked off, and you probably need to look that up. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Wolf.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
Anderson
Wolf.
or-
It's Wolf something maybe, but
Yeah, he's been
and
kicked
so
off of several social media.
oh man,
pages.
yeah. Hey, so
I have another Bruiser reviews
all right. Go.
before we are done. So I am a little bit behind the 8 ball on this one, but there is a book, a newish book that's out. It's called The Hate You Give. The Hate You Give. And it is quite possibly the best book I've ever read in my life. And I've read a lot of books. So I bought this book on Sunday. I don't know, 5 p.m. or so. I finished it yesterday, and it was 450 pages because I just couldn't put it down. I needed to know what happened. And so it's amazing. And I think all the heavy hitters need to read it, and I think we need to do a book club. So I'm going to just put that out there now.
Why do we need to read it?
Because it is about this girl who she lives in the hood, if you will, but she goes to a private school. So she is constantly battling, like, who is she really and who is she in one context versus another. So she is black, and she is at a party. Some stuff happens, so her and her friend leave. The cops pull her friend over. So they're in the car together. The cops pull her friend over. He's also black. They make him get out of the car. The cop shoots him.
Are you going to tell us the whole book?
No, the cop shoots him in the back 3 times. And so the whole book is about her trying to decide, like, does she speak out because of all these different conditions that she is going to face, and how does she give justice for her friend? And so it is the most real book I've ever read. And I was actually having a conversation with someone the other day, and they said, why do black people feel, or why do white people feel the need to feel sorry for abuse victims, but if a black person gets shot by police, then it has to be the black person's fault? And so if you have ever thought about that, no matter what color you are, I think this is a great book to read. It really gives personal connections to what's currently happening in our world. I'm not really that emotional, and there were several times I found myself crying during the book because it's just so real, and you feel like you could absolutely be part of this, and you have to feel the feelings of the characters, and it is amazing. And if you haven't read it, you need to. So it's The Hate You Give, the letter U, not the word.
Who's the author on
For a reason. Angie Thomas.
that? Nice.
It's also going to be a movie in October, so then we can all go see the movie.
That's when I will know all about it.
Can
But
we
I'll
go
probably
to the
fall
gun
asleep.
Oh my
range
gosh,
that day?
the book is so
I will
good.
for sure fall asleep.
You
during
could get the
movie.
audio version.
I
the book.
might be able to do that. But
It's so good.
all right. The Hate You Give
The Hate You Give,
by an author's Angie
Thomas.
Angie Thomas. All right. And you give it 0 bruise.
0 bruise.
Matter
I read
of fact, take an upper so you can read the whole thing all in one time.
What? Yes. If I didn't have to work on Monday, I would have.
All right.
I mean, I had to force myself to close the book and go to bed.
Oh wow. I don't think I've ever met a book like that.
I've only had one other book like that. It was The Hunger Games.
I never seen that movie, none of that. So you know,
I actually read the first book.
you did.
Yeah.
That was a book like I just needed to know if they were going to survive, so I had to keep reading. This one, I was so intrigued, and I had to know what was happening. It was so amazing.
I thought the funny thing when you said
Also, I had to text Moose a couple times and say, I need to know what this means.
So during that book, I was
Urban
her
translation.
I needed
I was
to
an
know.
urban translator, and she's like, what does "dapped up" mean? That's
I
hilarious.
didn't know.
You know what? In my 40, by the way, somebody came to me and said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Moose. What does turned up city mean?" I thought it was hilarious.
How'd you define that?
I you know what? I did a very good job. I'm like, you know what? I am glad to be your ghetto tour guide. And please strap your seats, put your seatbelts on, make sure that you have everything in row, and you're ready. Here we go.
Are you a docent brother?
Turned up.
Is that
I
what we
am.
can call you?
So we talk about turnt. The moniker turnt means to have a great time when we are really enjoying ourselves to the max. Now, to the max would also be a term that would only be used for pilgrims. So let me identify so that everyone can
Push me to the
understand.
limits.
Teach us.
We are having a great time. Everyone understands that. Now, if you are turned up if you're just turned, that means we're having a great time. If you're turned up, we are having a outstanding time, and man, we
all
are
the way up.
really that's when even the older folks go. I really enjoyed myself when they leave. I really and if you're driving a yoke yellow smart car, you'd be like, hey, you know what, man? Hey, man, y'all know how to do it over here, though, man, for real,
Old
man.
school.
Hey, man, have me a good time, though, for real, man. You know what I mean? Y'all understand, right?
I see Miss Gloria.
I had me a good time, man. Me and my man, we about to go, man. All right, y'all. Hey, I hear y'all go. Hey, I'm gonna start my car real quick. That was bad. It didn't sound like that. Matter of fact, it didn't sound like anything.
You
That
should
was
go
Fred
see an auto
Flintstone.
mechanic old school.
hey, so yeah. Anyway, man. I mean, you know, so that's what it is. So turn up means I have had an amazing time. Now, Turn Up City. Turn Up City is that, man, it is amazing, and everybody in this entire joint is having a great time. Everybody get that?
Yes.
Everybody's having a great time. So that's what Turned Up City.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the place to be. It is turned up
Yes.
in the place.
Yes.
This is so interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, I had to define Turned Up City. All right, guys.
In depth.
All right, so
Needed to know.
all right, so now here we go. Anybody has any more Bruising reviews?
Negative
So-
Ghost Rider.
All right, so if nobody has any more Bruising reviews,
No, I don't know what's happening.
we also need to get rid of some.
Um,
No, Big Gates. We're not going to define every word, but the ones where people don't understand, we need to define those.
Yeah.
Hey. So, all right, guys. So we talked about Bruising reviews. Now we need some. We need you to run that news.
yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely. So if you were listening on Saturday, you heard us talk a little bit about Donald Trump and LeBron James, and I promised that I would have funny replies to the tweet.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I do not like these stools. They hurt my bum. They hurt my arse. All right, anyway.
Yes. So, in case
Did you guys care about that? No.
No.
No, you didn't.
No, we were all just thinking it. We were just going to let it go, though.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so in case you've been living under a rock, Don Lemon.
I'd rather sit on a rock right now. Anyway, go ahead.
Don Lemon interviewed LeBron James about the school that he's opening and all of that. Donald Trump got on Twitter because that's what he freaking does. And he says, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. So Don Lemon replies and says, who's the real dummy? A man who puts kids in classroom or one who puts kids in cages? Which I liked that one. So then there have been several athletes that have also replied. So Carl Anthony Towns said, so let me get this straight. Flint, Michigan has dirty water still, but you're worried about an interview about a man doing good for education and generations of kids in his hometown. Shut your damn mouth, stop using them Twitter fingers, and get stuff done for our country with that pen. People are feisty.
That's
So-
a great one to reference Flint.
Hey, man, real quick, shout out to DJ College. She's listening, too. And I'm not sure who we were talking about when she says, don't dig on her. She's a dope performer and sticking to her principles. Who we
Her.
talking about? A female?
Probably her.
Her.
Probably her. That'd be my guess.
Her is way talented.
I can't with that.
Is it her?
Her is somebody you want to see in concert.
That's freaking me out every time you say that kind of stuff.
I mean,
So
her
I need to go see her.
You need to go see her live.
Weird. It's weird.
See, but
So
that one
freaking
works. Her is good in concert. I don't like that one.
weird. Right.
Her's a cutie.
What does her stand for?
Her.
No, you said it stood for something.
I said it was an acronym, but
Right, acronyms stand for things.
it's going to be her today.
Otherwise, it's just a word.
Her.
Okay.
Human
Entertainment.
entertaining
Human-
rhinoceros.
Human estrogen
Ready.
Recipient.
recipient. Her.
Oh, you know what that means?
She's
She's good.
hers a him.
Hers something, yeah. If she's an estrogen recipient,
So many
that
things.
makes me really happy. I want to. So if we see a gay woman, can we call her an estrogen recipient?
We call her her.
Hey, her. What does that mean? You're a human estrogen recipient. Enjoy your life. And can I watch? All right, anyway, go
Oh,
ahead. All right,
gosh.
go.
Great
Sorry.
follow up.
See, always one step too far.
I don't think so. I've got to overrule that.
All right, all right, go.
I vote that it's one step.
Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
far.
All right, go. There you go. What's your name? Run.
My name is Ron.
Run that news.
I'm trying to run it. I keep getting interrupted.
Yeah, you're going slow,
Inter-
man, tonight.
I want to make that a new word. Okay,
So
anyway,
to
I'm moving
make sure
on.
we can have
I'm moving
closed
on.
caption up.
So here's my favorite news story for today. I heard that. I'm ignoring it.
Closed caption on
This is what happens when Ron gets an entire bottle of
Yes.
wine. So this is maybe my favorite story from today. There's a man in Arkansas or Alabama. And do you guys want to know what his name is? Or should I save that for last? Because that's
Sure.
the fun part. Okay, let me tell you what he did.
Yes.
So it was storming. So she, them, her, whatever, goes
Uh-oh.
outside and
Terry.
they are filming the clouds. And so they post it on Facebook, whatever, like probably Facebook Live, because that's what people do. So somebody pointed out that they see a man walking in the clouds. So I watched the video, and you can see a man walking in the clouds now. I'm not saying that means the video is legitimate, but this person's name, who lives in Alabama. Ready? Are you guys ready? Solo Dolo.
That's his name?
Shit, you're not.
His name is really Solomon.
It's Solo Dolo. I couldn't get over the fact that their name was Solo Dolo. So
Yeah, that's a great name.
Solo
I just
Dolo.
also point out that there was a gentleman that just walked down the street with his dog.
his name was Solo Dolo.
And
He stopped.
he essentially drugged the dog, and the dog pooped along the way. Every time he squatted, he pooped. And he just pulled him back.
Yeah, and then he
That's what you're
kept
supposed to do.
looking back at us.
Well, because the dog pooped like every time he snatched
so
in, the dog pooped.
here is
Solo Dolo, what's up?
So here's Solo Dolo's video. And so it's circled. You can see a human figure walking through the clouds. So people are like, well, Jesus is real, obviously. It's the bridge to heaven, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know why someone would take the time to put a human in there, Solo Dolo, but maybe. It's interesting to me. I say believe what you want to, but I appreciate that this person's name is Solo Dolo.
Yeah, that was the best part.
I don't see anybody.
Did you play it?
I see it now. I see it. Yeah.
It's odd.
Oh wow. Yeah,
It's
that's
very much a
interesting.
human. I don't know. But the person's name
it's
is
something, yeah.
Solo.
That's cool animation.
Solo Dolo probably has also seen Jesus in toast, the Virgin Mary and pancakes.
I'm sure it was in some
So
Rice Krispie treats.
Since he saw Jesus, does that make him Apostle Solo Dolo?
Absolutely.
It for sure
That's
does.
the only way it works.
I had a cloud to Damascus experience.
Yes, Solo Dolo.
I don't understand what's happening here, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. This is Moose aka Big House, and I'm sure that I sound amazing right now. Like, it sounds amazing in my own ears, so I'm just sure you guys are enjoying this, man. Enjoy this ride, you know what I mean? Hey, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Hey, I'm the host of your show, man. I mean, we got the croon, we got the smooth voice, man, the one, the only D-Lo G. He's up here. D-Lo, what else have you been doing? You do DJ, you do some other stuff. Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, man, definitely DJing, man. Listen, if anybody needs a DJ this weekend, I am available for hire, so holler at your boy. Lots going on, man. Certainly starting to get into a little bit of management with my partner KF here, so we've got a couple artists that we're working with, and very excited about a couple projects we foresee getting done here in the near future. So certainly more announcements will be coming from independent radio regarding that, man. So lots going on, man, all the time.
Outstanding, man. Hey, how's old girl, man? Did she go down there and did she tear it up in the studio?
No, we kind of missed on that one, but we're seeking to get back in, make sure she can lay some vocals.
Okay.
Certainly be getting some sounds to her, man, and I think we're going to complement her voice very well. So shout out to very dope, talented producer KF, because he's definitely got some great grooves,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to make some great things happen.
Yeah. Mary Jane's Land on
Jasmine White.
on her name is Jasmine White, but if you want to follow on
Yes,
Instagram, it's
at
Mary Jane.
Jane's Land.
Mary Jane's Land, man. Check her out for sure. Hey, all right, guys. Run.
I'm trying to find this podcaster man that you're talking about that got fired. Is that what I'm looking
Yes,
at?
yeah.
Did he work
yeah.
for Nintendo?
No.
That's-
He was a
that's everything that
conservative.
comes up.
Conservative, and
And he got fired from.
conspiracy theories, but man, I mean, the name of the show is "What About Your Friends," And while
You wanna talk
Run
about that real
News
quick?
is looking for that, man. Listen, I'm not sure what side of the political aisle you stand on, but in some cases the facts are the facts, and I don't care which side you're rooting for. It's very real that there is a trial going on for money laundering and some other things. Paul Manafort, who was recently locked up not long ago, is definitely in the courthouse right now. And he's got his man, Rick Gates, as the key witness for the prosecutors. And I heard it's been pretty tense in the courtroom between them. You got Rick Gates telling some secrets and some financial things that have been going on.
Duh.
And I heard the stare down from Manafort has been epic.
Hey, man, from what I understand, Manafort's like keeping a steady eye on old boy, but old boy is not looking at him at all. He is spilling the beans.
All of the beans, got the paperwork to back it up. I mean, you know, there's got to be something really good as far as the information received and provided by the Mueller probe for my man Rick Gates to be in the courtroom, not only owning up to what he and Paul Manafort have done, but what he's done directly to Paul Manafort as far as taking extra money. So he's confessing it all, man, and I'm curious to hear how bad the defense gave it to him when they had their turn today.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely crazy.
I mean, what about your friends, though, man? I mean, you know, y'all homies, man. Was Rick Gates supposed to ride this out, man?
He's trying to stay out of
does Rick
jail,
Gates
bro.
understand that that there's a lot of information out there, and that certainly he could face a lot of time? I mean, Paul Manafort is his dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was
his dog, and in this particular case, you know, I don't know what the consequences were, but will snitches get stitches?
Well, no, because they're gonna leave the courtroom and go to jail. Probably both of them, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a situation. It's gonna be a situation where they both will end up locked up because Gates will have some extra charges from the stuff he's saying to get Manafort.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so they'll probably go ahead and switch him up when the prosecution rests and the defense goes on. They're gonna wear him out.
Which was supposed to happen today, so I'm curious to hear kind of how that went.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so when that happens, it's gonna be on and popping, man.
It's gonna be trouble.
That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Hey, Big Gates. Well, for you old school listeners, it happened to me again. Hey, so Big Gates, man, we should be back. I know we had some technical difficulties, but we definitely back now. And then, hey, so real quick, I want to get back to the Manafort discussion, but real quick, Cammy's Cost sent the link to line up. It's a live local musicians at Hoosier Park, Saturday night and all day, Sunday. Kids Zone and Dan Patch Racing Weekend. Kids under 12 for free. Fundraiser. So we have 5 tickets out there, man, courtesy of DJ College. All right.
Nancy.
If you want to look it up, I don't know why I'm coughing, so I apologize. If you want to look it up, it's KAMMYSKAUSE.org. Again, KAMMYSKAUSE.org. And that's 2018 Cammy's Cause. Cammy's Cause with a K. Everybody got that?
That makes more sense, yes.
I know, I'm not very smart.
I
That's
wish
okay.
it were Cameo with the calls.
Cammy's Cause.
Word up.
Yeah. Hey, and also, hey guys, D'Angelo. Remember D'Angelo Dijon?
Yes, new album.
He sent us a new album. So at some point we got to figure out how to play a little bit of that too. 'Cause we
Blue
played
Boy.
Sam the Smusher today. What's that?
So the name of the album is Blue Boy.
Blue Boy, man, by D'Angelo. Matter of fact, I may try to figure something out here real quick. Cause it looks like it's on. Man, it looks like I got it on everything: Tidal, SoundCloud, and Apple Music, and the whole deal. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, man. Salute.
All right. Hey, guys, so you listen to Every Radio Show, man. We're on Spreaker.com. You can listen to us live on there. You can become a member, man. Give us a shout-out, a like, what have you. You can also listen to us on YouTube, right? Now, you
Yeah.
can't see us, but you can listen to us, and we're working on an apparatus where you can actually see us in studio. It should be pretty cool. DJ Long Green, where else can you check us out?
Man, you can definitely check us out on Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify. You can definitely, in the near future, catch us on IndependentRadio.com. So
It's coming.
we got some great things coming down the pipeline.
It's coming.
And you can always log on through our social media pages as well. You can always find the link at Instagram on Heavy Hitters Radio Show, at Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
And the Twitter is @heavy
Underscore.
hitters.
Underscore.
Yeah, and then you know what? Ron, is there anywhere else you can catch us?
Yeah, you can catch us on Facebook at
Yeah.
Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
All right.
Anywhere that you get your podcast, we're there. iHeartRadio. What else? Spotify. Did we already go over all these? We said it so many
Yes.
times tonight that I was scratching my mosquito bite. I'm sorry.
You're not.
I was partially distracted.
How come you're not listening?
Distracted. I was scratching my mosquito bite. Have you ever had like a really terrible mosquito bite? Because I have several.
Shout out to D'Angelo DeJohn. Say it again.
I have several bad mosquito bites. I went fishing and I
Nice.
sprayed bug spray and I still got eaten alive.
That's hilarious.
I don't understand why.
Did you catch anything?
No. Not
How
a single
long did
thing.
you fish?
Well, see, so what had happened was I took a nap, and so I didn't wake up as early as I needed to, and so then I only had like, I don't know, 12 minutes of solid sunset time. So then the sun had gone down, and then
Nice.
I
That's
was,
a good time.
Well, and then I was kind of nervous I was going to catch a snake, and I just don't think I'd be able to handle it. I would absolutely lose my mind if I caught a snake. I don't even know what I would do.
Take it off the hook and throw it
No,
back out there.
no, because what if you drop it? Oh my gosh, and then it's dark and it's in the tall grass. I can't. Look, my heart rate is already increasing just thinking about it.
It's hilarious, man. Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. I guess we're outdoorsy. Sounds like it.
yeah,
I am
man.
I am
Got the
drinking
city
on a
behind us.
patio right now. This
we're
is the
outdoorsy.
definition of outdoorsy.
Hey, so all right, so hey, I want to get real back to that. So you said, what about your friends, man? So Manafort, Trump, Gates, all those cats, man, were cool. Comey was kind of part of it, right? I mean, I guess he's
He was more
investigating
on
them.
the
Yeah, he was on
outside
the
looking in,
outskirts.
but
Yeah,
Trump tried to pull him into the family.
right. And so, like all of a sudden, man, these guys are singing, man. These guys are singing, and I
Like
wish I could remember.
boys.
I wish I could remember old boy's name that got caught. The first one that got caught, he was trying to skirt the country, and they got him at the airport. Like, nah, dog, you need to stay in. You need to stay in the country so we can talk to you. I cannot remember his name right now, but I'll put it out there on social media or something. But and so it's this thing, man, where the country is in so much turmoil that there was a podcast, right? There was a podcast that was shut off today.
Yeah.
And he was shut off on Apple Podcasts. They cut down on all his stuff. And you know what? His name is escaping me right this second. I'm going to look it up real quick. Let me see. Apple. He's going to type in Apple shuts down. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't want to do that. Apple shuts down. Let me see. I'm going to try to think of his name. Alex Jones.
Yes.
All right, so Alex Jones, guys. All right, so they shut down his Facebook page, YouTube, and Apple. Now, Alex Jones is one of those guys. I don't know if you guys remember, but he's the guy that says Sandy Hook was fake.
Yeah. He peddles in conspiracy theories.
Yes. He said Sandy Hook was fake. He said there was parents out there that were faking the deaths of their children.
Because that seems normal. People
Yeah,
do that all the
exactly.
time.
Accusing people of being crisis actors and actresses.
Yeah. Now, but I'm gonna tell you something. In that same situation, though, because he said it, there was a situation where people were sending death threats to those parents that he said were faking the deaths of their children because they were like, you're the lowest of the low, that kind of deal.
Yeah, one family said they've moved 7 times.
Yeah, you're watching Newsday too.
That's
All right,
horrible.
So but let me ask you this though: what about free speech, guys? We're a podcast too. Is there a situation where we're gonna say something where all of a sudden they go, you know, heavy hitters needs to be off, independent radio needs to be shut down.
You know how polite we are? We call certain demographics pilgrims. There are a number of things we could call them.
We have a safe word.
So look, it's funny how you guys just go on saying, you know, justifying why we don't need to be cut off, but could we be cut off though?
I mean, I guess at this point in time, anybody could be.
With net neutrality, it's certainly a possibility.
They went away, by the way. I know I didn't talk about that,
Really?
but yeah, they voted against it. Yeah,
Sweet.
they voted against it. So all right. So let me ask you this. So, all right, but again with this Alex Jones cat, man. So he had a podcast. You know, he has a Facebook, YouTube. He has a website, the whole deal, right? And so all his stuff is about. All his stuff is about, you know, conspiracies and, you know, and kind of that President Trump loves him, you know,
Yeah,
that whole
absolutely.
thing. And so, but you know, so what Apple said was we don't want to promote hate and killing and that kind of thing on our sites. That's why they said that they took him down.
I mean, he still has the freedom of speech and right to say what he wants to say. However, even with your freedom of speech, if you are not the owner of the platform, you certainly have rights and rules that you can put in place at any time. And certainly, if what you're saying is causing harm to a large group of people or anybody for that particular matter, you know, I think you're subjected to different rules. And I think the heavy hitters appreciates its neighbors, and so I don't think we have the same opportunity to be cut off as my man Alex Jones.
I would disagree with you because I think in the days that we live in currently,
Podcast Patty we got in.
if you make the wrong person uncomfortable, it's over. And I would venture to say there are times that we make people feel uncomfortable.
Do you feel uncomfortable, Ron?
No, I do not. But I think when we talk about sensitive topics, people are butthurt over everything. So if you make the wrong person uncomfortable, then it's just over.
But are we in a position where we're going to cause undue harm to this person based on our views?
No, but there's a lot of people not doing any sort of harm anywhere, and they're still being shut down or they're being trolled on social media, and that's just the world that we live in.
I think this guy, there was some sort of situation where he was he had influence.
Yeah,
You
large
know,
influence.
and he had influence, and it was causing some strain on other people.
That's a problem. So I'm not against it, but at the same point in time, I think we have to respect the rules of these podcast platforms, whatever platform we're using to get our message across. And so when it gets to that point, you know, that's the consequence. So if the Heavy Hitters radio show ever takes that turn, you know, certainly we could get to that point as well.
Right.
I will say this, too. I think having a platform is really important, and I'm going to pull this from my book that I'm so obsessed with at the moment, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So one of the lines in there, I liked it so much I had to write it down. She says, what's the point of having a voice if you're going to be silent in those moments that you shouldn't be?
Okay.
So
I like it.
I say sometimes you need to be uncomfortable because that's where growth happens. There you go.
And you know,
That's my 2 cents for the day.
and a lot of times we believe, I believe anyway, that you should do something that's hard every single day.
Yes.
You know, you don't have to tell
It's
anybody.
great for yourself.
You don't have to tell everybody, but you can do something hard every single day, and all it does is promote growth. You know what I
With
mean?
that.
So many dirty jokes I can make right now.
Hey, so
I'm not going to,
hey,
but
folks,
I could.
let's have his radio show, man. We about to get out of here.
Yes.
Hey, for A Jeezy, man, enjoy yourself, brother. We'll catch you next week.
Yes, man. Salute to you.
And for
Can I say one thing, brother? I just want to say RH to my man DJ Skrill. You know, it's so
Yes.
nostalgic that we actually have the board out tonight that he used to work for us for some
Yes.
shows back in the day,
Yes.
man. So today's the 1 year anniversary of his death. So RH, DJ Skrill, man, much love from Independent Radio.
hey, man, for him, already.
Already. Hammer time.
Yes, man, it's hammer time for sure, man. That's cool. I saw it all over today, and I was like, dang. Hey, man. So yeah, for sure, man. Rest easy, fella. Man, you know, we haven't seen in a long time.
that?
Cloud overcast, man. Where the heck is he?
Man, last I heard he was in Virginia, man. But certainly there's hope for him to pull up again, man. If we saw my man, Aboriginal brother,
Get hit by a bus, yeah.
hit by a bus, and just
my
pull
gosh.
up one day 2 weeks ago, man.
Yes.
Then certainly there's some hope. The cloud overcast will just pull down on us one day.
Cloud, where are you, man? We miss you. Hey, man, I tell you what, for all the neighbors out there, man, Big Gates, DJ College, man, people that listen live, man, the Big Sis, and all the other folks, man, out there in Virginia, out there in China, out there in the DMV, in Houston, Texas, man, California, man, Michigan, Canada, man. We definitely appreciate y'all listening, man. Hit us up on our Facebook. Hit us up at Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You know what I'm saying, man? For sure, check us out. All right, hey man,
Checking it out.
for LGZ and Baku, man, this is Moose, aka Big House, man. We got DJ Long Green and Run EMC. Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
Your mouth.
We go with little Sam the Smush, man.
That was a great set of legs, man.
Oh, we're still on, man.
So what you need, gas? Cause I'll gas you up. And girl, you so bad. Girl, you bad as fuck. You got them hoes mad. You got them burning up. Cause you a star, girl. And I'll gas you up. Go